This is Adam Bilby presenting RetroCollect Sprint 5 progress. So the collection epic story I wanted to tackle was, as a collector, I want to open my collection so that I can view the market value of all of its items. As a user, I want to be able to see the total value of my collection so that I may use that information for my own accounting. The target criteria is when the collection activity is opened, a total sum of all prices is displayed. So we go to the collection, we see the total value of all the items displayed here. As a user, I want to be able to see the total value of the items on my wish list so that I may see how much money my habits cost me. The target criteria is when the wish list is open, the total value of the wish list is displayed. As you can see here, that is the case. As a user, I want to be able to sort the wish list by value so that I may see the most expensive games I want to buy first. When by value on the menu is chosen, items are sorted by value. So we go to the wish list, we can go up here, sort by value. As you can see, it works out. As a user, I want to be able to sort the collection by value so that I may see the most valuable games I own first. When by value on the menu is chosen, items are sorted by value. And as you can see, that's how it's done. Thank you very much.
Hi class, this is Haseeb Amin. So the first epic user story is, as a collector, I want games in my collection to be displayed in an easy to view manner so that I may view them easily. Our first user story for this is, as a user, I want my games to be displayed in a grid upon my choice and by default so that I may view them easily. So games are displayed in a grid by default or when switched to a grid. So let's go to one of our collections, and by default it's displayed in a grid, and we can select to make it into a grid again. As a user, I want a submenu in the menu that allows me to choose between views so that I may choose how I view my games. Menu contains a submenu with different view options. So we go to the menu and we see that there's a view type option. When we click that, it opens up a submenu with our different view options. As a user, I want my games to be placed into a list style view upon my choice so that I may view them easily. Games are displayed in a list when the user wants. So we click list and we see that the games are now displayed in a list rather than a grid. As a the next epic user story, as a collector, I want to long press on my games so that I may view multiple options. As a user, I want to be able to have an option upon long click that asks me to share my games so that I may share them. Dialog contains option for sharing in both collections. So when long click, we see a ask friend to buy here for our wish list. And we come to collection, long click, and we see share. As a user, I want to click the share option to send the game title via text to a friend so that they may view it. Choosing share option sends a text to specified contact with game name. So, see that this is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Long click it, click share, press OK. We'll click this contact, and we send him this text right here. Check out this game, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So let's try it in the wish list. We'll click The Legend of Zelda Four Swords, ask friend to buy, ask our good friend 650, and it sends him a message asking him to buy the game for us.
Hello, my name is Garrett Clement, and I'm here to talk to you about our bubble widget. User story. As a user, I want to be notified when the bubble widget is launched so that I know it is running. Acceptance criteria. When the bubble widget is launched, toast to the user that the bubble widget is running. So if we go over here to our app and we click on our bubble widget, click it one more time, we get bubble widget now running. Next, user story. As a bubble widget, I want to be transparent when the user is not touching me so that I do not distract the user. Acceptance criteria. Show the bubble widget is transparent when not being used. So if we go ahead and navigate to our main app, we get to see our bubble widget here that is currently transparent. Next, user story. As a bubble widget, I want to turn off my transparency when touched so that the user knows they are touching me. Acceptance criteria. Show that the bubble widget is not transparent when being touched. So if we go ahead and touch our bubble widget, we saw for a second that it was non-transparent. So if we navigate back to here, we can go to our next user story. As a bubble widget, I want to be able to be dragged around the screen so that the user might adjust my location. Acceptance criteria. Show the bubble widget being dragged around the screen. So we can click on our bubble widget and drag it around the screen and then release it. As a bubble widget, I want to snap to the side of the screen when the user releases me, so that I do not get in the way of the user. Acceptance criteria. Show that the bubble widget snaps to the left side or right side of the screen when released. So if we go ahead and grab our bubble widget and take it around the screen and release it here, we see that it snaps to the side of the screen. If we take it and move it over here and release it, we'll see that it snaps to the right side of the screen.
Hello, this is Nicholas Clemmons, and this is my Sprint 5 progress update. The first epic user story for this week is that as a game, I want to get extra details about myself from the internet so that I can display them to the user. The first child user story is that as a game, when displayed, I want to have a button that the user can press to see a map of local merchants so that the user may find somewhere to buy a game. Acceptance criteria. When displayed, the game has a button to find local merchants. We'll select a game in the collection. We'll select Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. As you can see at the bottom, there's a merchants button that when pressed, takes us to a map that shows merchants. The next child user story is that as a game, when displayed, I want to have a button that the user can press to see a GameFAQs webpage with more information about me, so that the user can find even more out about me. The acceptance criteria is that when displayed, the game has a button to view a GameFAQs webpage. We'll select another game. We'll select Dr. Mario. As you can see, at the bottom there's a GameFAQs button that directs us to a GameFAQs webpage where we can find more about the game. Next child user story is that as a game in a collection or wish list, when displayed, I want to have the user's rating so that the user may see their rating of me. Acceptance criteria. When displayed, the game has a user rating. As you can see, we'll do with Dr. Mario 2. Here's a user rating where you can put a rating. You can rate the game, including half stars. Next child user story. As a game in a collection or wish list, when displayed, I want to be displayed properly in both horizontally and vertically so that the user may view me in both orientations. Acceptance criteria are that the game is displayed correctly both horizontally and vertically. We'll select another game. We'll select Donkey Kong. As you can see, when we change the orientation, the detail view still works and looks nice. Thank you for watching.